I didn't ask her to break her hip, my husband muttered, refusing to visit my spiteful mother-in-law. Just handle it. He waved me off, heading out on yet another fishing trip. Little did he know I had already made my decision. Karma always comes back swinging. My name is Diane. I'm 49 years old and I've worked in accounting at a local manufacturing company in Vermont for almost 3 decades. Until recently, I lived with my husband Andrew, his mother Lorraine, and our daughter Zoe in the same house Andrew grew up in. Andrew and I were married for 28 years. It sounds like a long time, and it was. But it wasn't what anyone would call a happy marriage. It began with resignation, not love. I was only 20 when my father's friend introduced me to Andrew. He was stable, polite, and had a job at City Hall. No debts, no bad habits. My mother said, "You'd be lucky if he even looks your way." So we met. Andrew wasn't charming or warm. He was serious, cold, and barely spoke unless prompted. His hobbies, fishing, always fishing. He didn't ask a single question about me. But he was steady, and at the time I thought maybe that was enough. A year later, we were married. I moved into his family home, and that's when I met the real Lorraine. During our engagement, she'd stayed in the background. But the day I entered her house as Andrew's wife, she looked me up and down and said, "You're part of this family now. That means taking care of Andrew and me." From that day forward, my life became servitude. Cleaning, laundry, cooking, ironing, and I wasn't even allowed to eat at the table with them. Lorraine made me eat standing in the corner of the kitchen like a servant. It didn't stop there. She pampered Andrew like he was still a child. She dressed him, combed his hair, even buttoned his shirts. And when I tried to take over, she snapped, "Don't touch him. You'll only make a mess of it. I know what he likes." Andrew never objected. He never thanked me. He just accepted it, as though it was normal. Our marriage was hollow. No dates, no intimacy, no warmth. When I asked him once, "Why did you even marry me?" he simply replied, "My dad said I should." You were available. I didn't feel like dating. I'll never forget that moment. As for Lorraine, she made my life hell. She lied to neighbors, to family, to anyone who'd listen. She painted me as a lazy, cruel wife who mistreated her. People believed her. She was frail and sweet in public. I was the villain, but I stayed. I thought a child would change things. When our daughter Zoe was born, I prayed Andrew would soften, that Lorraine would become a grandmother. Instead, Andrew seemed disappointed it wasn't a boy. Lorraine never held Zoe. They both ignored her completely. Zoe grew up invisible to her father and grandmother. She clung to me instead, and I endured thinking, at least she has stability. Until one winter morning, everything changed. Lorraine slipped on the icy driveway and broke her hip. The injury was severe. Weeks in rehab, risk of infection, possibly worse. Andrew's reaction? Let me know what they say. I'm in the middle of something. That something was fishing. From then on, it was me sitting by Lorraine's hospital bed every day. Me managing her meds, me listening to her complaints, and still, she trashed me to the staff, claiming I was cruel, that I only visited for appearances. Andrew never visited. Not once. When I confronted him, he shrugged. I never asked her to baby me. She chose that. Don't guilt trip me. Just handle it. But when Lorraine's health turned critical, I finally broke. I looked at her frail body in the ICU and thought, why am I here? Why am I still the one carrying this burden when the son she worshipped is nowhere to be found? That night, I told the nurse, please notify her son about her condition. He should be here, not me. And I walked out. For the first time in 28 years, I didn't feel guilty. I felt done. When I told Zoe, she held my hand and whispered, "Good. Mom, it's time. You've done enough." And so we left. We packed at dawn and drove to my brother's house. For the first time in decades, I felt safe. Zoe finally slept peacefully. And I finally felt like Diane, not just someone's wife, not just someone's daughter-in-law. Andrew, of course, panicked. He called, raged, accused me of abandoning him. I told him plainly, I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm choosing myself for the first time in 28 years. He sneered that I was just a factory clerk who couldn't survive without him. That's when I told him the truth. I wasn't a clerk. I'd been promoted to senior management. I made more than him. I always had. The silence on the other end told me everything I needed to know, so I filed for divorce. Quick and clean. No alimony, no fights. He could keep the house. And Lorraine. And that's exactly what happened. Neighbors now hear Andrew and Lorraine screaming at each other at night. The perfect son and the perfect mother at war. Zoe cut contact, and I don't blame her. As for me, I rented a small apartment. Decorated it how I wanted. I even adopted a turtle named her Shelley. On quiet mornings, I drink coffee and watch her stretch under the lamp. The silence is peaceful, not oppressive. One evening, I went out to dinner alone. I wore a new dress. I ordered wine and pasta, read a book at the table, and for the first time in years, no one criticized me, no one dismissed me, no one erased me. I smiled. Because freedom doesn't always come in dramatic moments. Sometimes it comes in the quiet, in the stillness of a night, in the taste of wine sipped slowly without apology. For 28 years, I was someone's servant, someone's scapegoat, someone's punching bag now. I'm just Diane, and that's more than enough.